Welcome. This is the first episode of HB&T's Tech Talks. I'm HB. This is T. And this is proudly sponsored by Gravity Brewing. Tonight, we are drinking a Mendacious, which is
Belgian blonde ale. It's tasty. If you find yourself in Louisville looking for a tasty brew, you can get these exclusively at Gravity Brewing.
Alright, so tonight we are discussing the ultimate bike question. Flats versus clips when it comes to pedals.
So when I started riding, I was just handed a bike, really, and told learn on flats, and if you ever get comfortable, we'll try a clip. So I was given some 510s and HT pedals and shown the ways of the bike. So I've started on flat pedals from day one, and I have come to really like the HT, I'll turn it the right way, the HT AE03. I think these are good pedals. They're thin, low profile. They've got the nice pins on them. And I smash them on rocks when I'm being careless. They're good pedals just all around. They work really well with the Freerider Pros that I'm digging right now. And the shoes are specifically designed with the special rubber to attach or to grip onto the pedals real nice. So that's just always what I've ridden. I think the beer is really good. So yeah, I only ever tried riding and clipped in once.
It was an interesting
experiment. It was an interesting experiment. I think I fell over twice. But I didn't care for having the bike stuck to me. I didn't like the unavailability of being able to pull a foot off or even just be able to put my foot down in different spots on the pedal.
Yeah,
so
especially for a beginner.
That was what I, decided I didn't like about the clipping in versus the flat with the platform pedal. So my story is pretty basic. Platforms all the way.
And did you have any trouble with your foot lifting off the pedal?
When I first started, I didn't understand foot position and how much that played into it until someone finally did teach me that when you want to lift up the bike or when you're taking an upstroke, you can actually use the shoe and the pedal to your advantage and really pull up on the pedal.
What was that called, the claw?
Yeah, you claw with your toes. But yeah, that was the best advice I got was learning pedal pressure. And I think that's made me a better rider, not having been just stuck onto the bike. Your feet are lifting, stick you to the bike. Mm-hmm. So I think it's made me a better rider, a little bit quicker, starting and sticking with the platform pedals.
So you had it pretty lucky.
Yeah, I had a good coach.
When I got started, it was with cross country. It was not with downhill. All my cross country friends said, "Hey, this is what you do. You get clip pedals, some SPDs, and you buy some clip shoes," and that's how it goes. For a good 6 years, I was in clip pedals, and that's just what I learned. And of course, in the beginning, I had the classic, you're in the parking lot, you're about to stop, you unclip this foot, but you tip over this way. When it comes to racing, I'm running clips. I like the HT, their X2. It's their beefy downhill pedal. It's got some options, put some pins in if you like. You've got adjustability on the springs of the tension, kind of like a ski binding, how much pressure you need to clip in and to release. When you clip in, your foot is always exactly where you want it. While with flats, I don't know, do you ever have issues? You pat a foot, you put your foot on, but it's not quite the right spot?
And I think, yeah, you run into that issue with this, but it doesn't matter where you go because your foot's always on the pedal. Mm-hmm. I don't have to, so if I don't clip it, I miss my positioning on the pedal, it doesn't matter, I can still ride and it's not going to skate or slide around because I don't have anything. I can literally ride with that pedal anywhere on my foot. May not be the ideal position, but I pat a foot, I'm not having to worry half the track down about getting my foot back in the cleat. I am literally pad the foot, throw it back on the pedal, I'm good to go. Ideally we don't want to pad feet, but
that happens.
But yeah, there's obviously a sweet spot with any pedal, but I feel like my riding style, it's nice to have that saving grace.
I've most recently learned to ride flats over the winter, and it's been huge. I don't know, with flat pedals you definitely have more playfulness and you work the pressure. But when it comes to racing, I feel like I can squeak in pedal strokes quicker. But one thing I will say is your clip shoes are generally a lot stiffer and not as friendly for hiking, like if you have to push your bike up a lot. Flat shoes, oh, they're so comfy.
Oh yeah, I can get off and like eye the course real quick and then hop right back on the bike. And it's good like in muddy conditions especially, like I know we've ridden in some snow and some mud and stuff where it's like, I can just tap my foot real quick, everything falls off the pedals and the shoes and I'm back on the bike, you know, I don't have to.
It is very handy to be adaptable for both clip or, I mean, if you're only a flats person, then I think it's easy peasy, but if you like clips, it's still really handy to know how to ride your flats.
That's a good idea, just to know how to ride both. I mean, I gave it a try, it wasn't for me.
Yeah, but I ran into a super muddy East Coast race and the mud was just ridiculous. So I ran flats the entire weekend and I was so grateful that I knew how and I was comfortable and it wasn't a hindrance. Like I'm like, oh, okay, it's muddy, I go flats. If it's good conditions, I go clips. It's nice to have that option.
Yeah, I mean like we ran into a race last year that was snowy. That first race last year was snowy. Angel Fire. That first race at Angel Fire was snowy, so I was happy for my flats. And that like nothing froze.
Just chiseling the frozen mud out from around the cleat.
I'm never having to adjust my cleat tightness or any of that stuff. I'm just always ready to go, basically.
Yeah, but it was nice about flats. But yeah, it's kind of like ski boots versus snowboard boots. One's more comfortable than the other.
So your pedal choice affects the way you ride, I think. You can, or at least I can sit there on a trail and be like, oh, that's a person that's never ridden flat pedals ever, based on the way they pedal up or down the trail.
The way they pedal, the way they jump.
The way they jump, especially the way someone jumps. I think someone who jumps in flats versus jumping in clipped-in pedals will jump completely different. So like you, for example, riding clipped in when you first were really getting into jumping again, you pulled up on the bike. You're always pulling up on the bike instead of using your feet to like properly apply pressure on the pedal. You were just yanking up on the bike, basically.
Yeah, well, I never preloaded because I never had to.
There was no preload. There was no proper technique on the jumping. It was just survival, basically.
Sadly.
Squash and send. I think, and I learned that a good hard way too. You know, if you don't put the proper pressure on the pedal and just survival, so that you float off the pedal. So that's why I think the flat pedals are good for teaching fundamentals. And I think every mountain bike rider should learn to ride on flats and then transition to clipping in.
I totally agree.
I think that teaches you better skills and better habits, knowing how to actually ride the bike on the flats, and then when you put on the clips, all of a sudden it's like those skills are just amplified, I think. Again, that's all speculation because I don't ride clipped in. Just because, same reason I don't ski or snowboard, I don't have my feet stuck to things. So. But I mean, how do you think the pedals affect a rider and I guess the bike even?
Yeah, generally someone who rides flats have more flow, and someone who rides clips, like even when they're pedaling along on a trail, they tend to do the roadie thing and pedal kind of toe down.
Yeah.
But it's like you have so much more power if you're heel down.
Yeah, heel and because I mean on mine, like if I'm having to throw down some power strokes, I have to remember to heel down and then pull up, like it's a fluid movement with my toes rather than just I can yank on the pedals however I want. You know what I mean? So I think there's advantages and disadvantages to all of it, but I think that it just creates better habits to start at least on flats. If we miss something, I mean this is just a general discussion, but feel free to chip in. You can leave your comments below. Give us a like. You can share.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. Ding. You can share the video,
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Also follow our Instagram.
Yeah.
And all the info will be in the links below or in the description below. There will be more videos, hopefully some ride footage, all kinds of goodies all put up on this channel. So stay tuned, subscribe. You guys know what to do. Cheers. Das Boot!